welcome to the Movement Trees Prenatal Yoga series. My name is Min Young and I'll be leading you through our next video today, which I'm so excited to bring you because this comes at specific requests from a couple of my prenatal clients. This video is going to be specifically about sciatica during pregnancy, and even more specifically, sciatica while you're working through pregnancy. But before we get into it, please make sure that you like and subscribe so you stay updated with all these amazing videos. And let's get into it. So sciatic pain actually comes from compression of what we call the sciatic nerve. So the sciatic nerve is the thickness of your thumb. It's a huge nerve. It runs from the base of your butt, your glutes, and runs all the way down each of your legs. So usually when we hear sciatica, especially during prenatal, we usually hear it just on one side. So hopefully you just have it on one side, but if you have it on both, you can do these exercises on both of your legs. And I have an office chair today because I specifically want to show you what you can do, the kind of stretches that you can do to relieve them at your office, and then also we'll do some stretches and exercises down at the floor. Now, before we go into any of the actual stretches, the most important thing for everyone throughout our pregnancies is the alignment of our bodies as we go throughout our pregnancies, because our bodies are changing so rapidly over the course of 9 months. So if you haven't watched my happy pelvis or neutral pelvis alignment video, please go ahead and watch that first, because that will give you the foundations of kind of preventing or easing these symptoms that we're going to be starting to feel. So please watch that first. That's the foundation. That's kind of the preventative measures. And then these will be kind of the stretches that you can be doing. So let's get into it. You have your office chair, and hopefully you have things ergonomically set up. The first thing you want to make sure is that your chair is soft. Because we want a lot of support as the babies get bigger. We have a lot more weight that's weighing down into our spine, into our pelvis. So if it's not comfortable and if it's not soft, please take a pillow or a cushion and make sure that you are supported, because we're only going to get bigger as our pregnancies progress. So that's number one. Number two is we're going to go right into our sciatica stretch. And this is the very basic kind of figure 4 stretch, but I'm going to give you some tips on how you can do it most effectively. So whichever side that you're feeling the sciatica pain on, if it's your right side or if it's your left side, you're going to take that leg. So let's say I'm feeling it on my left side here. I'm going to take my foot and my ankle. I'm going to set it right on top of my leg this way. Please make sure that you don't put it on your knee, but it's right above the knee, right on the thigh. So what we want here is for you to flex this foot, so pull the toes over. You can take your left hand or your hand towards your thigh, and what we want is to twist the thigh outwards. So you want to externally twist, not your knee, so you're not pushing down on your knee. We're taking it to the thigh bone. You're going to twist it out. We want to make sure that your sitting bones are grounded down. And when we start to fold forward, what we don't want to do is this, yes? Because if you just C-curve the spine, you're not going to be getting into that sciatic nerve. So what we want is to imagine that you are like a piece of paper or a door hinge, and we want to initiate the movement from your hips. So think really long in your spine, and you're going to fold forward. So like this, and not like this, yes? Remind the shoulders away from the ears, and you'll probably start to feel this right away. So as you start to come forward, you're going to start to feel a stretch through that area. So maybe it's the outsides of your glutes, maybe it's right into that sciatic nerve. So if it feels like it's too much, then make sure you back out of it, yes? So you want to feel like, oh, okay, there it is. That feels nice, and I can stay here. So typically when you have sciatic pain, it feels like a burning, and I'm very, very familiar with it because I did actually used to have sciatica. So remember to externally rotate the leg, and then you're thinking about folding forward. So it's the chest towards your thigh. And of course, as the belly does get bigger, you're not going to fold forward as much, but you should still feel it. And then when you start to really feel like, oh, it's there, allow yourself to soften the shoulders, relax the face, And just take a couple of deep breaths into that space where you're feeling it. Good. So remember the shoulders, always shoulders opening away from the ears. Relax your tongue. And then slowly you can back out of it. Yes? So that is the easiest one that you can do. And then of course, if you want to do the other side, I always encourage you to do both sides, yes? Because we can start getting really asymmetrical, especially if you are feeling pain in one side, and start to compensate. So go ahead and take the other side. So we're flexing the foot. We're externally rotating through the thigh. It's an inhale to lengthen the spine. And then exhale to start to fold forward. Breathe into the sensations. Make sure your face is not making a face. And then slowly, we're coming back up. Now from here, this is the stretch that you can be doing all throughout. And I'm really going to encourage you, ladies, don't wait until it gets really bad. As soon as you start to feel even just a little bit, go ahead and break out the stretch, because most of the time, hopefully, you're, if you are wearing pants or you're wearing nice, at least comfy work attire, you'll be able to come forward. And also, I really encourage you to continue doing this stretch even if you're not feeling it. So if you can set a timer on your, of course you can set a timer. So set a timer or set an alarm on your phone for once every hour, and just do the stretch for 5 breaths every hour, because that kind of sustained stretching will actually help to relieve it. So you don't wait until it's all compressed and you start to feel it, yeah? So that's the easiest stretch that you can do. Now, another way that you can do this, and this is a little bit more, and this you might want, maybe not, a little bit more privacy for, is you can do kind of a pigeon stretch, which I'll show you down at the floor in a sec, but you can do a pigeon stretch that will open up even more. So what you'll need is your chair. You are going to take your chair, this is a little bit funky getting into it, so you can actually just sit this way, take the leg back behind you, so it's like a pigeon pose on the floor. But as you can see, you want to make sure that if your right knee is folded in, your right butt is on the chair. We are not hanging off the back of the chair, yes? You should feel fully supported to here. Your leg is back behind you, and then it's the same principle from here. It's an inhale, and you might already feel this because this is a bit more intense than the other one. And also this is nicer for as the babies get bigger, because you have a little bit more space to fold forward, yes? Take an inhale in, and then as we exhale, again, remember to think coming forward, so you think longer in the spine, so you're not C-curving, your shoulders are not up to here, you're sliding the shoulders away, lengthening through the spine. And then if you have a desk here, you can relax your forearms down, or if you just hang out here, you'll feel it. Back to the breath. One more. And even if you don't have sciatica, this feels great on the sides of your glutes, stretching in your butts and your hips. Good. And then slowly, you release yourself out, and then you can just change. So you slide to sits, and then we just change to go to the other side. So we tuck this leg in. Now I know in a lot of yoga classes, people cue you, or teachers can cue you to take a 90-degree angle. You do not have to do this, yes? Whether you're pregnant or not. So go ahead and tuck the knee in to where you feel comfortable with it. Slide the opposite leg back, and remember, you need to be fully supported, so you're not hanging off. You shouldn't be hanging onto the chair for balance. You're here, take an inhale in, and then as we exhale, we're thinking belly over the thighs, long through the spine, long through the crown of the head. And then extra bonus, really relaxing, if you can take your forehead, maybe your desk is out here, and you can relax your forehead on, it will really help your body to release and kind of let go a little bit more. But if you don't, no worries, just stay here. Take one more deep breath in. then slowly, let's bring you out of it. And that's the kind of really intense one that you can do. So you slowly kind of work your way out from here. I also encourage you when you're at your desk, go to the side so you can see my feet. The other thing that I really encourage you to do is if you can make sure that you're kind of working at your ankles, you're circling, and so you know the stretches that you do when you're on a plane or you see the pictures of them, you really want to work out and stretch your feet. So circle at your ankles to make sure the circulation is still going. Okay, so those are the best kind of sciatic stretches that you'll get at the office, and you should feel them like that. If you don't, please leave me a comment below and let me know what you're having problems with. If you're not feeling it, I'll do my best to help. If you found that really helpful, please write yes. Or if you're experiencing sciatica, please write yes in the comments below so I see how many people are going through it. Now I'm going to show you almost the same exercises or stretches but down at the floor. So this is when you come home from your day at work, and you're feeling that achiness, and then we'll come down to the floor here. So when we're seated, the first one that we're going to do is to take, and this is going to depend on your knees, yes? We're going to sit this way, and there's a couple of options here, but we'll start with the most gentle. So you want to take your knees almost parallel to each other, but they don't have to be completely parallel. What's more important is that the leg that's further forward will be at almost a 90-degree angle. And this is the leg that you want to stretch the sciatica side on. So you want to take that at a 90-degree angle. You can also sit up on a cushion if you're having problems sitting up tall. Same thing, take the hand to the thigh, twist it out, so it's an external rotation of your leg bone this way. You can hold the foot with your hand. You'll take an inhale in, ground down through the sitting bones, and then we're going to start to fold forward. And you might not have to come very far here, because I can already feel it just to here. So you can stay here. If you want to take your fingertips forward, relax the shoulders away from the ears and press your sitting bones down. You can start to come forward or not. Yes, I always have the or not option. You can do it or not, depending on what your body is telling you today. So if your right foot is folded forward, you should be feeling the stretch and the outsides or maybe the inside of your right glutes or your right butt. Yes, so take an inhale in. And then as we exhale, you're going to ask your body to maybe not release a little bit more. And always when we're pregnant, we want to think just 60 or 70% range of motion. No more. So it shouldn't feel like too much. It's also not too little. Good. And then come up. We round the spines to come up, and then we'll go to the other side. I'm going to show you a profile of it. So here, you tuck the right knee in, you take, and here, if this knee is hanging up and it doesn't feel nice, please support it with a cushion. So about a 90 degree, doesn't have to be perfect. Yes, nothing has to be perfect. So twist the leg out, you can flex the foot here. It's an inhale, think long in the spine, pressing the sitting bones down. And with the grounding of your sitting bones, we can start to fold forward. So even just to here, I can feel it. Yes, just to here. You can take your hands forward, think open in the chest, and then maybe, but maybe not, you can start to fold forward. Relaxing and reminding the shoulders away from the ears. Your face is soft. If you find that your tongue is stuck to the roof of your mouth, release it. Relaxing your tongue also is connected to our pelvic floor, so relax the tongue, relax the pelvic floor here. A couple of breaths. And slowly, slowly, we're going to round You're gonna hold and bring it back. Now from here, I'm going to go into, for me, one of the best stretches for sciatica and also just for pregnancy in and of itself. We're going to do a pigeon pose, which is going to help us to open up the hips, stretch the sides, the fronts of the hips, the backs of the lower back. And then for this one, even if you are really, really flexible, I'm going to encourage you to get a cushion or a pillow that you can sit on. So this is my actual beautiful meditation cushion, but of course you don't need one of these. The easiest way to get into it when we're pregnant, because it's very different from when we're not, is you sit onto your cushion or your pillow. You're going to swing your left leg back. Let's start with the right side. So the left leg goes back, and here you want to make sure that first your hips are completely supported. So what we don't want for you here is for you to hang up here. If you are feeling like, ooh, I can't come down, please use more cushions. 2, 3, more if you need them, yes? Okay, from here we're going to look back and make sure our leg is straight back. Okay, so as we're here, we're going to inhale, come up to your fingertips, open your chest. Remember the shoulders, happy shoulders. Good. And then as we exhale, we're going to start to sway your spine. So visualize a piece of seaweed in the ocean. We're going to start to sway the spine forward as we make our way down. So depending on your body today, because when you're pregnant, we know that our bodies are different every day, we're going to come to a place where you feel like, oh, this feels nice, it's not too much, it's not too little. So for some of us, that might be up here. For others, it might be down to the forearm, and then for others, you might be flat all the way down on the floor. But stay at what feels good. We're going to sway the spine from side to side. So it's not so much of a windshield wiper, yes, where it's back and forth. It's kind of almost like a snake would make. Side to side, side to side. There's no wrong or right. And this swaying movement is very soothing in our spine, and also will help you get into little kind of nooks and crannies in your hips that you wouldn't just get by staying here statically. But of course, if you want to stay here statically because you like that and it feels good, please feel free. And then if you can get your forehead down on something, whether it's fists, another pillow or cushion, or even a stack of blocks if you need them, it's very relaxing to have your forehead resting on something. And I really encourage you to stay in your pigeon pose for a little bit longer. So maybe 5 breaths, maybe even 10 breaths, maybe even a little bit longer if you have the time to just sit and kind of marinate here. It's such a delicious opening of our hips. Softening the shoulders, softening the face. Inhaling into the bellies, feeling the bellies rise against the leg. And as we exhale, it's a gentle hug of the babies back towards the spine. Couple more breaths here. And just to note, if we're here and you find that it's getting more and your body's going, then you always have the option to back out of it a little bit, yes? We're not stuck where we are. And then as you're ready, we'll slowly release the hands underneath the shoulders, slowly curl your spine back up, and then we just switch to go to the other side, and you should feel a big opening. So as you transition back, you can just sit for a moment and you feel the difference in your hips. So let's do the other side. And again, we take the leg back behind us. If you need a little bit of space, like ooh, a lot. We're here. We're going to look back to the leg. Make sure it's straight. Make sure that you're supported. And expect that it is going to be different on the other side. We use our bodies completely asymmetrically, so it's completely normal for one side to feel more than the other. And if you do feel more on, especially if it's significantly more on the other, then feel free to stay there for a bit longer, yes? So we can kind of start to even out the sides. So as you're ready, we're up onto the fingertips. We're going to start to sway the spines down. See if you can move smoothly, slowly. And then you're coming down to where it feels good for you today. And then coming back into our breath. So inhale into the bellies, into our babies. And an exhale. And as we exhale, see if you can ask your body just to release maybe 5–10% more. I am especially loving this stretch because now that I am in week 18, towards the week of the last bit of week 18, I'm finding that the baby is really starting to grow quickly, and I have been noticing and feeling some extra kind of sensations in my hips, a little bit of achiness, a little bit of ligament stretching. So this is so yummy to be doing at all times, but especially before we go to bed. Couple more breaths here. And then slowly, slowly we'll take our time. Coming up to the hands. And then very, very slowly, we'll take the other leg back around. And you can just kind of sit and notice for a moment how your hips are feeling. If you feel a little bit of relief in the sciatica. And then let's just finish it off with 3 deep sighing exhales. So sit in a nice comfortable position, maybe your hip palms to face the ceiling. It's an inhale in through the nose. And then we open the mouth, and it's just a gentle as you let your shoulders round, let your spine round a bit. It should feel really releasing and nourishing. So inhale in through the nose. Exhale. You'll let your body round, your body relax, release. Last one, inhaling in. Exhale and very, very nice work, ladies. I hope that you are feeling a bit better. I hope that you're feeling, your hips are feeling a bit more light. You're feeling a little bit of relief from the sciatica pain. If you found value, and if you know anyone who is suffering from sciatica and is pregnant and is working, please share this video with them so they can take care of themselves and learn how to manage our bodies throughout the pregnancies. Of course, our bodies are changing, but there are so many things that we can do to take care of ourselves and to relieve all of this achiness and tension and retention that we're feeling. So excellent work today, ladies. I look forward to having you back. Again, please like, please subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, or requests, I am here for you. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today, and I will see you for the next one. We're going to be posting weekly, so please keep an eye out. Take good care of yourselves, and I will see you for the next one. Bye.